All right, we're here in episode 3, trade breakdown and week 1 coverage. You're here with Ginger, the man bun, and short stack. And a Busch Light.
Beer's cracked.
And today's sponsor of this trade special is Business Trade Shop. Fair and equal deals all year round. If you find a better deal in Madden, you probably stole that player. I will just kind of leave these memes up here for you to read through at your own pleasure, but we will be going forward. All right, we got the minor trades here. Not much to talk about. You got Rogue trading a third for Lazard because he didn't get moved to the practice squad.
That is going to be the
I didn't even see that. When the hell did that happen?
After he didn't get put on the practice squad after the preseason.
That's going to be trade of the year right there.
And then my 2 trades, I traded for an old shitty safety of trade a fourth, and then I traded Shark Trey Waynes for a DT and running back. Sorry,
Anybody
Hulk.
who plays Ginger, that safety is 82 speed. Just throw it deep.
Please. He probably has really good play rec. He's white.
Are we really a part of all the minor trade deals? There's nothing else exciting or worth talking about?
They're like everything else is.
Nick put this together.
Everybody else nothing. So here's the major trades. Like nothing else was minor that didn't really like. Me and Nate just made the like insignificant trades. These are the real trades we need to talk about. So first one is you have Scrubbo sending a D end Larry. I'm not going to try and pronounce that last name to Soul
Joby.
Njobi.
I don't fucking know.
to the Texans for Will Fuller.
You got that one right.
This is defense offense. Like, what do you guys think?
Well, I played the Texans last year, and Will Fuller was the fucking wide receiver of the year 3 years straight. So that's all I gotta say.
Soler prides himself on his defense, though. He could probably make it work with limited offense.
He's so fast.
He's still got Hopkins. Who the fuck else need to throw it to on that offense? He's fine.
He's so fast.
The only thing that didn't make sense with this trade is he already has fucking Antonio Callaway, so why didn't you Will Fuller?
I don't know.
And OBJ and Jarvis Landry.
Yeah. Like, why are you trading for a receiver?
And 290 overall running backs or some shit.
Brown's coming out in 5 wide all game. I like it. Makes things interesting in my division.
That's why he put Chubb and Hunt on the block.
Fucking air raid.
Yeah. Chubb's not really on the block, though, for clarification sake, unless you're willing to rape your mother for him, because holy fuck.
Fair enough, I didn't ask.
All right, we got Jags and Chargers. Let's see. Brandon Linder in the 2nd round. Chargers signed Keenan Allen in a 6th. That's it. Did he really need to add a 6th round for that to make that an even trade?
Yeah. He had to add the pick to make it even.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, Keenan Allen's not that much higher rated than Linder. I mean, he is, but a second.
Well, no, it's because Allen's on a shorter deal. Because Linder was recently signed, wasn't he? I think so. It boosted up his value in the trade calc. So you had to send the pick difference.
That's interesting. This is the first year I've seen Keenan Allen not traded to Soler, including me trading him to Soler last year.
Dude, all I gotta say is like. As the Vikings, I'm saying fuck O-line. My best O-lineman's a 74, so I'd take the receiver.
Dude, that's pretty much what I'm doing. We're rolling with it.
I don't know, man. O-line is... I got to keep my O-line. I don't know. A lot of people have come after him, but yeah, I think I'm going to keep mine.
I mean, one game in against Nate, like, it was a little touchy, but I really didn't have that much pressure on me for how shitty my O-line is. I mean, his line's not beastly by any means, but...
Let's get that out. And I started at 68 overall at the end.
I'm starting 260s on my line.
You might have an interesting test coming up here against the Packers front 7. That might be a pretty interesting test for you.
Oh, dude,
honestly, I feel I already decided the line is Madden Juju because my line absolutely decimated Sean's defensive line, which is Fletcher Cox and Ngakwe, and I think he's got another good DT too.
Yeah.
I haven't really had trouble running the ball either, and I have a pretty decent O-line as well.
It was night and day difference somehow all my offense played. It was Madden. That's all I gotta say.
Also, before we move on, for the first trade and this one, who do you think won? Who do you think won the trade?
I don't
for Browns or Texans.
Yeah, for Browns and Texans and the Jag Chargers. I forgot to do that before he switched.
I'm gonna say Fuller is the better player just because I actually have experience with him. And yeah, it's the only thing I got. I really don't know anything about the other guy.
I'm going with Soler on this one. I think that receivers are kind of a dime a dozen in the game. So,
Yeah, but he's 95
Yeah.
speed, I think.
I'll break.
but he's got Hopkins, so he's not really losing any offensive firepower, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
And the fact that the Browns really didn't need him, I guess.
And they got Stills too. Was Stills before or after rosters? I don't even remember.
Before? I think it was the day
No, it
before.
was-
I
it
don't.
was- No, they had to update that because that was for the Tunzel trade.
Okay, but he got it. But he got it added in game.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
But,
that's fair.
but I will
I
break
don't
the
know.
tie. I say I take the Fuller all day. Like I value receivers way over my DNs right now, especially unless it's an X factor DN. It just doesn't make a difference.
That's fair.
But on the next one, I'm sticking with the receiver, Keenan Allen over Linder, like all day. Receivers over O line.
Nope. I'm
Yeah.
going the opposite. I think Matt came out ahead with the second on top of it.
I guess that's a good point. Better round pick.
Keenan Allen's an animal in this game. I'm going with Jags on this one.
I'm
Yeah,
still-
but line's hard to come by. So if you get a good one that's even semi-young, that's useful.
Well, did you hear Max joke in the fucking chat today? They're gonna need 50 stud O linemen to feed the need of this league.
Yeah, you're not kidding either.
Exactly. So he's got a fucking corner on the market already.
All right, so you both stay out of this next one.
Yeah, we don't.
Devondre Campbell, a fourth and a fifth for a first. First off, I know you manipulated the fuck out of the calculator because I did the calculator results for you. He was worth a second or a third and a fourth, and so you had to throw the
Second.
fourth and fifth in there for a first.
It's basically a second.
Yeah, but the first round picks worth so much more in this game that, like, I gotta say that I want to say Rogue came out ahead, just
I wouldn't have
because.
given it to him for a second though.
I'm saying with
Especially since it's not. I know Nick's not bad. This is gonna be a 20s first.
Oh, dude, X is gonna rape him. He ain't gonna make the playoffs, and you're gonna have it pick in the teens. Called it right
I
now
don't
on
know.
the draft.
Trying to speak of this unbiasedly, I'd say it's pretty close to a push if you ask me. It fills a necessary need on my defense, and
Let's be
and,
honest. I'm not gonna draft a 78 overall receiver 78 overall anything with that pick.
Yeah, I guess. All right. Well, so I guess we'll take that one as a push. All right. So the
I don't
next.
know. I mean, oh god, we're done.
Yeah,
fine.
we're not gonna get our bias in on this one. Eagles send Ronald Darby and Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat's like a 70 overall DN, by the way, because I'm sure you guys didn't know that. To the Jags for Ngakwe, a third and a fifth. Fuck, I probably just butchered that.
Yeah, sure. I'm JD. I'll tell you about it.
Ngakwe.
What's Darby's contract looking like? I don't even know.
I think it was 1 year.
Yeah, I think he's on a 1-year deal.
Because I think I looked at him for Sean when we were trading.
Well, I gotta give credit to MJD for clearing some cap room on this one.
Yeah, he said it's like
Yeah.
100 mil to re-sign him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I labbed with MJD when the game first came out, and he had to get rid of Ngakwe or Jack, and since Jack got re-signed, he pretty much got his decision made for him.
That's I don't know. I can. It's either that or lose him to free agency. So I mean, you gotta give credit where credit's due on that. So
Yeah.
getting
If
Darby
we're
and
looking-
Sweat.
If we're looking at future, I think MJD came out ahead. If we're looking at the players, just straight up, man, finesse move rushers are freaking stupid.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Like John's not hurting in this trade at all. I mean, I'm
Honestly,
looking
there's
long term.
there's no rape on either way. This was a pretty fair deal.
I think it's pretty.
Oh, we'll save the rape for fucking later. All right, but
All right, next we got the Eagles sending Howard, Jalen Mills in a second to Rogue for Ito Smith and Ricardo Allen. Nick, Jalen Mills is like a high 70s corner, and then
74.
Ricardo's an 81 safety, I believe.
Yep, 81 and 74.
what speed's Allen?
High 80s. Yeah, I think.
89.
Yeah, because I was looking at him for a trade, so I would
Well,
say
the only risk you're taking in this, Nate, is where that second round pick's gonna fall, and depending on how Sean's season turns out. But that's still.
The biggest issue
I'm
with
gonna-
it was Howard and Mills are 1 year contracts.
Yeah, that's. Do you plan on re-signing both of them?
not Howard.
Mills, maybe not Howard.
He's not re-signing Howard.
He
I'm
doesn't want too much. He might.
gonna give this one to Nate on this one, just because he already has fucking Neal as a safety, and who the hell else do you really need?
Dude,
So,
I'm going to give this one to Sean just because Ito is a star running back. He's high 70s, and he's a speed power back, which is hard to come by.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, Nate's not really losing any ground here because he still has Freeman.
Yeah, exactly. He was trading depth for just players. So I mean, it was a pretty good trade on both sides.
That's a good trade all around. Yeah.
I got Power back. That's what I wanted Howard for. Needed a goal line back.
All right, somebody else can take this next one since I'm involved.
All right, the Vikings sending Dalvin Cook. Jesus, I can't even. Linval Joseph in a fifth, and for Tremaine Edmonds, Harrison Phillips, and Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah, you got the
By the way, McKenzie is like a 72 receiver, 93 speed, but like 5'8".
You know.
You just couldn't wait to get
say-
Cooks out of there. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nick won it just because that's 3 young players, and that's for him, and 1 young player, and someone who. He's old. Does he even make it past this season? Does he retire?
Linval Joseph? No, he's only 29. Or
Is he?
30. 30.
I
30.
thought he was like 32, 33.
No, he's like 30. Which,
Oh,
honestly,
alright.
I didn't have to include the 5th round until the new trade calc rules. So originally it was just Dalvin and Linville. And I was trying to dump Linville's contract, and then he asked me about Dalvin, and then he's like, I threw out Edmonds as a joke, and he said yes, and I was like, well, fuck.
Well, well, first of all, we need to take that 5th round off that trade because that is my 5th round pick that is still fucking up in the air for some reason.
I don't see a kicker on my roster.
That's your own team's fault for cutting him. That's my 5th round pick. So Dalvin Cook's Linval Joseph. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll call that a Nick win because he didn't send a 5th round pick, you dick.
Dude, I told you, Iowegian violence they don't care about in this league. So
No, they really don't. They don't.
lastly, the fucking trade that it took Dose like 15
Oh
tries
my
to get it
God.
passed.
Yeah.
Dose.
That-
Dose. Come on, bud.
A
What
2000
the fuck?
2021 first, a 2020 second, and haha for Philip Rivers.
Let me
First
answer.
Dose,
Go-
all I have to say, no, you stay out of this for a second, because it's directed at you. Dose, what the fuck? Everybody knows you can trade Rape Tillman for haha. What are you doing?
Also, on another note, Mac, you can trade Ray Tillman with haha in the offseason.
Correct.
Actually, this year I don't know. Yeah, we could probably get Ed Reed out of there. Yeah, we could probably make that happen.
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed?
Fuck
Who
you
the
get him.
fuck you get Ed Reed?
We got the fucking Legends edition, man.
Is he like 40 speed now?
Something like that.
I mean-
Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas, but
Damn, that.
And-
what
but-
a
but-
bounty.
but
What a
Dose,
bounty
come
to
on.
give up for a 1 year
Dose.
rental.
This trade only goes in Dose's favor if Dose wins the division and makes
No,
a deep playoff
no.
run.
You shut your mouth. Dose, you listen to me right now. I would not have sent a first, a second, or haha for Philip Rivers, let alone all 3. Come on, man. Philip Rivers, if you have any sort of pressure, you are getting fucking murdered in that pocket because that guy has like -5 speed. So, what? Shit, that division. Sorry, Dose. I thought you were crazy when you were trying to negotiate that one. You could do so much better than Philip Rivers.
I mean, I know he's a Bears fan, and he still doesn't. That's how much he's willing to give up to not use Trubisky.
All I
Jeez,
gotta
after
say
watching
is,
the first game, I don't blame him.
I did not watch it.
First real life game.
listen to
Ah.
Nick. Listen to Nick right here. Oh, it makes it sound like Dose is in a very abusive relationship and he just won't leave.
Matt,
but-
congratulations. You take that shit and run.
So
Well, Mac was willing to accept like half of that.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So I mean, overall, we didn't really have any problems with most of the trades. The only one is the last one with Dose. So why don't we get to the segment that everybody here is dying to talk about? The biz trades. Now, oh my god, this first trade, I thought it was a joke when it came across the fucking screen. You're trading a normal D end, a normal corner, all low 70s for a high 70s linebacker who's a star, and a star D end who's a
He's a
rookie.
rookie.
He does this shit every year. Why is everybody so fucking surprised? This is what he gets away with every year. Every year, people fucking fall into this trap. I don't understand it.
Like,
Yeah,
I guess you're trading a ton of things for 2 stars, but seriously, those,
because the Titans need depth.
especially
They don't
not on
need starters.
defense.
Yeah, right.
I can't even look
I
at
don't
that.
even know who the fuck the
Fucking
Titans
gross.
are, but you disappointed the fuck out of me.
Kuski?
You win the
No.
award for, yeah, I think it is Kuski now that you say that.
One of
Kuski,
the less active people.
I give you the golden star of being biz raped for season 1.
Yeah, yeah. They have. Well, we don't know that yet.
I guess we still
No,
won.
We're
that might be the silver star. That he deserves the fucking platinum star if he gets away with that. Oh, fucking bullshit.
Okay, well that's coming.
Not like the second one's any better. Like, look at this shit. Amari Cooper and Sean Lee. You actually got rid of Sean Lee. Congratulations for that, by the way. And you get
Biz on that one. I don't think it's that bad.
It's-
Cooper's not
Sean
a bad
Lee
player.
sucks.
It's
He's
not-
on a contract.
It's
We're
not
not
that.
talking about Lee though. Cooper for Amos, I think, is relatively fair straight up.
Not when you have to resign Cooper this year, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, you have to re-sign Cooper. You got to think, and Amos just signed a deal.
Yeah,
That's the only reason
still
he
think
got
it's-
to-
I think
he
it's
had
Biz
to-
favored, but I don't think it's horrible.
This isn't a complete
Not as
biz
bad
rape.
as a normal Biz, but it still favors Biz like all of his fucking trades do.
I think he's favored, but I don't think it's that bad.
Also, here's the real question: how many weeks is Sean Lee injured this year?
All
Wait,
of them.
wait, wait. I'll actually retract a little bit of that statement. If Sean Lee plays like old Madden Sean Lee, I think the Packers came out ahead. If Sean Lee plays like superstar KO Sean Lee, he can't move.
He's old and broken, man. He can't move in real life.
The thing about this is, I don't think Biz resigns Amari Cooper the next season, which is why I think that he's getting that. and
Oh
gets
yeah,
rid of him.
no, he wasn't. No chance he was
Takes
resigning
1
him.
years all the time. Like every year, Biz trades is 1 year guys left.
Yeah, and I just, I don't. Okay, whatever. Yeah, giving that one to Biz. Giving both those to Biz, like I always fucking do, because I'm stupid enough to fall for it.
All
But
right,
moving on.
all right. So our next segment is
Should I stay or should I go?
the day's fuck it this fire sale.
You can't even read. Fuck this fire sale. Come
Dude.
on.
Sorry, I was trying to fucking concentrate and turn off the music at the right
It took,
time.
it took us a whopping 2 weeks in Madden for somebody to fucking throw their dick on the table and be like, fuck this, I'm getting rid of my whole goddamn team for whatever works in this broken ass calculator. Day wins the trophy this year. Congratulations.
Oh my
I'm doing
god.
the podcast. That's why I left the room.
Oh my god. This is like just these trades
I'll
are
be back
just
in a little
great. I mean, he is
You
trying
should-
to
Let me point this out. Day threw that shit down on the table, and I guarantee within fucking 120 seconds, Biz was in his DMs seeing how he could possibly rape him to the utmost rapistness of getting fucking Bradley Chubb for a piece of shit D end and a first. Like, dude, unfucking real.
and it's gonna be a
Admin trying
and it's gonna be a late first too. Don't forget that. It's not even a top first.
No, it's the fucking admin's pulling this shit off. When these guys do this shit, like that's not something you should do as an admin, man. You gotta have a little bit more decency than that. When a guy's like fucking kicking a guy while he's down.
To be honest with you, the only one that sort of isn't just god awful, I would say, is his trade with the Browns, just because I like the receiver and you get 2 seconds back. But at the same time, you're still trading a stud safety and a stud guard, I believe, that are both 80s.
I don't think that's horrible.
I
personally don't think the one with Philly's horrible either.
Yeah.
You're still getting a star and a replacement for a normal.
Yeah, and also the corners. Daryl Roberts is old.
Yeah, but so I don't know. I think a first rounder for a 27-year-old OK safety isn't a horrible trade.
Also, Nate, I would say that in normal years we're Billy's top 10 pick in the first round, but with his cupcake division, he's going to somehow squeak into the playoffs.
Hey, let's pump the brakes on that one, man. Smallwin's no slouch, man. I had to grind pretty good to get in that game.
Oh, are you one of the people who beat him? I was gonna say I saw he has like freaking 350 yards rushing on his running back, and he's 0-2. I was like, how did that happen?
Oh yeah, he was grinding out those yards. Yeah.
All right.
He's got a shitload of yards on his running back.
I'm going to curve this conversation back in a little bit. So, yes, the fire sale from Day was so great. And we'll see what happens if some of these get approved. I'm assuming none of them will. And we'll see what happens, but I'm assuming nothing pretty.
Just
I think-
another.
I think the Chubb will stay, but I think the other two will probably end up going through one way or another.
Just another case of people abusing the fucking trade calculator. And by people, I mean Biz.
All right.
Oh, big time, man. Since Medical Minute, we have an explosion of injuries throughout the league, including one person that had a pre-existing injury. Because there are literally no injuries this Madden. So, congratulations, Cowboys. Martavius Bryant. You just sit out another week, buddy. I don't even know how much longer he's hurt for.
I think he's gone for like a year and a half or some bullshit. So, like, I have no idea
All
why
right.
Biz signed him.
Oh, I don't know either. Probably
Maybe
to trade
they were
him.
gonna turn him
Probably
off.
probably to try and trade him to me eventually.
Probably.
All right.
Probably get a first. I don't know.
So we're on to the passing leaders for week 1, and honestly, there's some surprises here. Like, I did not expect. Like, I was told the Lions dude sucks, and I was gonna have a cakewalk. And this is not a cakewalk looking Mac. This is not what you promised me.
You better pump the brakes on that one, homeboy, because Matthew Stafford rolls into this week with a perfect passer rating. So
Perfect pass rating. He had 2 incompletions, and he leads the league in yards per attempt.
Like,
yeah, so
what the fuck just happened?
He wrecked Crank.
Oh god.
That's what happened.
And then
Then let's see here. Volt got down early on MJD, and then it was fuck it mode.
yeah, but also the other surprise here is Shark with Andy Dalton up here with on yards and TDs. I don't know who he played, but
He played Darth. Darth was freaking all over. Darth's got like 2 leaders in rushing and receiving.
oh, so it's just an
Top
offensive
3 in
slug.
both.
Yeah, they're in here later. So that was just an offensive slugfest.
And then let's see here. Day was in fuck it mode, and Biz just apparently had a good passing game.
Well, I mean,
I don't
he
remember
it
who
only
he played.
it only took him 45 drags to get to 300 yards, but he got there. And we're just gonna avoid the interceptions column. Yeah,
And then
some
the
guys
other
that.
side of that, some guy named Ginger is at the bottom here. You see, because he likes to throw interceptions to me, along with fumbling.
Oh, dude, fuck. All right,
And I
so
still barely won.
exactly, we'll get to that later. Rushing leaders. I mean, like, what the fuck? Did
yeah.
Darth learn how to play Madden sometime?
I think he got mad because I think I'm starting to recall when he said we bashed his Madden ability. I think I'm starting to recall saying he can't run worth a shit.
I remember you saying that exactly. That's probably where that stems from. But no, yeah, Kenyon Drake definitely a well-deserved rushing leader. He could make it happen with that fucking Dolphins offensive line. I mean, granted that was before.
Our
Go
fucking
ahead.
MVP candidate's already hurt, and it's week 2.
Yeah, that's
Whoa,
a big
whoa!
woof.
Spoiling the medical minute. We don't talk about that week yet.
My bad.
That-
But also even more impressive with Drake is he's doing that with Miami. There's no threat of a passing game.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
anything.
Let's take a peek at number 4 on that list, man. He's coming for it. Billy's coming for it.
Oh, Billy
Number
played.
2 on the TD list.
He played a computer.
Hey, come on, man. That's fine. We'll see how it pans out.
Hey,
we'll
he
see.
was the bottom of that list. That's me. I can't run the ball either.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just
I'm
saying.
pretty sure like 2 more down if you continued that on. Some guy named a quarterback was in there.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Don't worry about him.
He's staying below the yardage so he doesn't yell at for cheese.
Staying below that Mendoza line.
All right, so we got the receiving leaders, and I was surprised to see Noah Fant up here. Evidently, Day likes the tight end.
Day always likes tight end, man. Do you not remember that one guy? What the fuck was his name?
God,
Oh my
Swain. Swain.
God. Somebody is the Falcons. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that guy was a
It was
monster.
Swain. It was like 20 catches a game.
I completely forgot about that fucking Swain. Oh god, yeah, but then as Nate pointed out earlier in the chat, besides Font, the yardage is all fast guys who go over the top.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Marquise Brown has not beat anybody over the with me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but he has not beat anybody over the top.
Do you want me to show you some cheese plays I had last year with Hill? I can teach you the ways.
Put him on a streak.
Oh.
I don't know. But maybe I need to get this release up or something. I don't know.
But then, not very many passing TDs at all. Only Fant and Davis with 2, and then there was a fuckload of people with 1, like 20-something, I'm pretty sure. So, spread it. People were spreading it out for TDs at least.
Gotta get that first one on the board, man. Gotta get that first one on the board.
It'll get worse.
It'll get
Okay, we
worse.
don't know that for sure. We don't know that.
I think I'm gonna go out here on a limb and say we're probably gonna see Alan Lazard here in these ratings at some point during the season.
Oh, maybe. We'll
Maybe
see.
eventually, but let's be honest, I can't play offense this Madden.
All right, so defensive leaders, tackles. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to this. This is usually just CPU shit. So Mike Edwards and Anthony Barr, but
JPP coming in as a sack leader. Wow.
dude,
a
5
little bit of a
sacks.
surprise.
There's
I
going to be
wanna-
some insane sack numbers this year.
That was against Darth too, wasn't it?
No, because you said he played
Yeah.
Shark. I
Sorry,
thought.
I was wrong. That's week 2.
Oh,
I don't even know who the fuck
He
JPP
played- he
plays
played-
for
he
anymore.
played,
the Bucks. The Bucks. It's Jordan.
Darth played.
Holy shit! Yeah, that was Darth then.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow, JPP got 5 on Darth. Man, no wonder he ran the ball so much. He's getting fucking blown up in the backfield.
God, no X factor to help that out. That's nuts.
I take
Yeah.
offense to these lists. Where's the forced fumbles list?
I didn't see that as an important category to add.
Is it because Neil had 3?
It's because Neil can go suck a fucking dick.
Pretty quiet on the interception front. Only 2. There's usually some guy breaks out in week 1 with 3 or 4 users, but 2 across.
Wait for that too.
There wasn't a ton of interceptions though either. Though high was only 1 person with 4, so like it's not there was a ton of picks thrown.
Yeah, right.
I think everybody's still, as far as users go, I think everybody's still adjusting to the speed change. I know I am for sure. There's definitely a different timing involved this year than last.
And also, more sacks too. That doesn't help.
Yeah, that's very true.
All right. And then, so the players of the week were Telvin and JPP. Like, I mean, their performance speaks for themselves. 200 yards, 3 TDs on only 14 attempts. That's nuts. And then 5 sacks is 5 sacks.
Right?
Yep.
You can't argue with that.
Yep.
Put Neil there. Can I have an honorary Neil? I need you to put him in there.
I don't even know who Neil is or what he did week 1, so. All right, so here's a couple of the featured games of the week. The first one is obviously the Lions-Cardinals just because of this dominant Matthew Stafford performance. Like, that's just nuts.
Matthew Stafford hasn't seen numbers like that since Megatron was in Detroit.
I don't think he saw numbers like that when Megatron was in Detroit.
No, he didn't. But no, yeah, hats off to the Dahavid. Is that his name? I don't even know.
He's
Yeah,
coming for your
that's-
ass, Ginge.
That's a pretty rough beatdown week 1 for Crank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
51-7. Oof.
you want it would have saved him from this beatdown if he would have traded me Butler.
What?
So the next game, Washington Eagles, like this was like a tough week 1 game for
Sean
both
Hall.
of these two. Yeah,
Grind
Sean
it out,
Hall.
man. Defensive battle.
We
2
both
scores under 20.
we had both these. All 3 of us had these guys in the playoffs, and a 1-point game in week 1. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely. Sounds like, or it looks like Sean's getting that Deshaun Jackson cheese going, though. 4 receptions, 145. Oh, yeah. He's ready to rock.
He was not screwing around.
Did Hulk say Geis was hurt already?
No, that's week 2. We don't talk about that.
Oh. Never mind. He might get hurt next week.
Stay tuned. The next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God.
And
And
then,
then Dose in Green Bay.
dude,
Oh.
I don't know who Green Bay
Xavier.
is.
Xavier.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was a good game, too. I watched part of that game. That was a fun game. Good game for both of them.
I mean, that was way more like passing offense than I was expecting. I was expecting way more of a defensive slugfest for these 2 defenses week 1. But, like, I mean, you never know what's going to show up. I don't think Dose got any pressure put on him by, like, the Packers D-line.
That's surprising. I guess I don't really know the Packers, but yeah. Well, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is running for his life.
And then
Matt got 2 sacks, yeah. God.
Yeah. And then the last game was Tanner in Tennessee and Scrubbo and the Browns in a close 1-point match. It looks like
Tanner killing it for me.
little, like, no turnovers, just, like, hard played, like, football. Like, a lot of rushes, not very many passing yards, just freaking just grinding her out.
Yep, dick in the dirt football, baby. Grind it out.
It's
This looks like it just looks like Scrub was able to find the end zone one more time, and Tanner had to settle for field goals.
I was gonna
Is Tanner
say-
the Titans?
Yeah, Tanner's the Titans.
Okay, for some reason I thought he wasn't for a second.
No, Tanner's the Titans.
Yeah.
All right, and this brings us to the last and final slide, the game of the week. The suspension gate. Falcons Vikings.
Suspension gate.
It was anything but the suspension gate.
Suspension gate with both teams under 20 points scored. Yahoo for you guys.
Right?
Matt Ryan with under 20 pass attempts. Holy shit.
Dude,
Just because if I dropped back, I got squished.
I think I had like 5 or 6 sacks on him. Hunter had 3, as you can see in the line right there.
Although you can't really argue. He got 14 rushes for 122 yards.
Yeah,
Dude.
turnovers killed me.
Oh, hey, look, they're Neil. There's
Yeah,
Neil.
turnovers
I'm
killed me. 3 forced fumbles and a pick. I had 3 INTs and 3 forced fumbles. Like, turnovers just killed me this game, or else I probably would have rolled Nate if I could have been more ball security.
I think I recovered all 3 of those fumbles too.
No, you only
I'm
recovered
all-
2.
I'm a little surprised that Madden gave JBP Player of the Week when he had an interception and 3 forced fumbles.
Right? I thought I had that on lock.
It's especially with that interception bonus there too. I don't know,
But
yeah, Madden
5
gave it
sacks.
that away.
5 sacks, man. 5 sacks is a lot.
That is a lot.
Zach dominates every stat though.
It does. It does.
All right, so I think that's going to wrap up our episode for week 1 in trades. We hope to hear your guys' comments and join in the bashing of Biz.
And next week we might actually go for the guest speaker thing.